Welcome to the deep dive. For, gosh, at least a decade, the rules were pretty clear, weren't they? Optimize your content, hit #1 on Google, and boom, traffic comes your way.
Simple times, relatively speaking.
Right. Well, that whole system, it's just been fundamentally broken. We're seeing maybe the biggest shift ever in search engines, all thanks to, well, AI, large language models,
LLMs, yeah.
and that old playbook, traditional SEO. It just doesn't guarantee you'll get seen anymore.
Absolutely. And that's really why we're here today. We're launching a deep dive into something new, Generative Engine Optimization.
GEO.
GEO.
Okay.
Our mission really is to give you the framework you need to make sure your content isn't just out there floating on the web, but that it's actually, understood, that it gets summarized accurately, and crucially, that it gets cited by these new AI systems.
Yeah, the whole game has changed. It's not about that top blue link anymore, is it?
Not primarily, no.
Success is now like being the source the AI quotes in its answer. In Google SGE, Bing Copilot, Perplexity AI, those kinds of tools.
Exactly, being referenced.
And GEO, it's not throwing SEO out the window. It's more like enhancing it, adapting it for AI.
Precisely. It's building on SEO to meet these new sort of mechanical demands of AI.
Okay, so before we get into the nuts and bolts of GEO, maybe let's quickly look back at how search evolved. It helps understand why this AI shift feels so sudden.
Good idea. Context is key.
So early days, super literal, right? Just matching keywords. You basically had to guess the exact words someone put on their page.
Yeah, very clunky. Then came the big turning point. Semantic search. Understanding intent.
Ah, right. Around 2013, Google's Hummingbird update.
That was a big one. The engine started looking beyond just text strings. They started understanding entities, concepts, relationships between things. It was a massive leap.
And that laid the groundwork for models like RankBrain and then, BERT.
BERT, yeah. Bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. Sounds complex, but...
yeah, just a bit. But the key thing with BERT was understanding context, wasn't it?
Exactly. It could figure out nuances in language. Like your example, searching characteristics of a healthy snake, BERT knew characteristics, meant attributes, not just like a checklist.
It understood natural language better.
Which was the critical step before generative AI really took off. Then boom, ChatGPT lands in 2022.
And suddenly, millions of people saw AI could actually converse, summarize stuff instantly.
User expectations just flipped overnight, and search engines had to adapt.
Which led to this new ecosystem. Google SGE putting AI summaries right at the top.
Yep, above the classic links. Bing Copilot weaving AI into the whole operating system. And then you have Perplexity AI, which is built entirely around giving cited answers.
Cited answers, that's the key part.
Absolutely. And the mechanism behind this, the thing you really need to grasp, is retrieval augmented generation.
RAG.
RAG. Okay, break that down.
So the AI doesn't just invent answers. It retrieves relevant snippets from trusted structured content it finds online and then generates an answer based on those snippets, usually citing the sources.
Okay, so it pulls from existing stuff. High quality, reliable stuff, ideally.
Which means the fight isn't just for ranking anymore. It's about having your content be so good, so structured, that the RAG system picks your snippet to quote.
That citation is the new #1 spot in many ways. That's the prime real estate now.
Right. So if the engines are using RAD, pulling these snippets, what kind of content actually works now? How do we need to change our thinking about, structure and authority?
Okay, this is core GEO. If you want an LLM to cite you, you need to think less like writing an article for a person and more like preparing really clean training data for a machine.
Training data. Interesting way to put it.
Yeah, which brings us to principle 1, structure for summarization. Forget long, flowing narratives for a moment. Think machine readability.
Okay.
Your content needs super clear, scannable sections, like with headings and subheadings that make sense.
H2s, H3s, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And straightforward answers need to be right there, easy to grab. If the AI has to dig through 5 paragraphs to find a simple definition, it'll just skip your page.
Too much work for the machine.
Right. You're optimizing for the AI's ability to just instantly retrieve that answer snippet using Eric. Make it easy for it.
Okay, structure first. But structure alone isn't enough, right? What about trust?
Crucial. Which leads to principle 2, trust and authority. The classic EET.
Experience, expertise, authority, trustworthiness. Still relevant then.
More relevant than ever, perhaps. These AI systems are frankly terrified of messing up, hallucinating, giving bad info. So their programming aggressively prioritizes reliability.
Makes sense. But how does EET look different in this AI context?
Well, expertise might still be, formal qualifications.
Right.
A doctor giving medical advice.
Yeah.
But experience has become hugely important, especially for your money or your life topics.
YMYL, yeah.
So if you're reviewing, say, a new car, the AI wants evidence you've actually driven it, not just summarize the press kit.
Okay. Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. Content showing original research, firsthand use, personal experience, that's way more citable to an AI than just, generic rewritten stuff. Errors or flimsy claims, you'll likely just get ignored.
Got it. Structure, EEAT. What's the third leg of this stool?
Principle 3, optimizing for conversational queries. People aren't just typing keywords anymore. They're talking to their AI assistants.
Like asking their phone a question.
Right. They're not typing New York weather forecast. They're asking, hey, do I need an umbrella in New York this afternoon? It's natural language. Questions.
So we need to anticipate those questions.
Yes. Content creators need to shift their style. Be conversational, but still authoritative. Build out really good FAQ sections. Answer those specific, long-tail, intent-driven questions directly.
Because if your page has the perfect, concise answer to that spoken question,
you're much more likely to be the source the AI pulls from for its R-read process.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Okay, let's get tactical then. We understand the why and the principles. What are the immediate practical things content creators need to do to shift from that old SEO mindset to GEO?
Right, actionable stuff.
Strategy 1, we touched on it. Structured content. But let's get specific. We know headings, H2s, H3s, bullet points, tables. AI likes those, right?
Loves them. Easy to parse.
But you said something critical for GEO. Putting the answer right at the top.
Absolutely critical. The direct answer, the definition, the key takeaway, put it immediately under the relevant heading. First sentence if possible.
Don't bury the lead.
Exactly. Give the AI that high-quality summary statement it can scrape for error instantly. If your article is about GEO, the definition of GEO better be right up front.
Okay. Lead with the answer. What's strategy 2?
Strategy 2 involved leveraging entities and knowledge graphs. This gets a bit deeper into how the machine thinks.
Okay.
Generative AI doesn't just read words in order. It understands the world through these massive networks, knowledge graphs that connect concepts, people, places, things, and how they relate.
Like a big interconnected map of knowledge.
Kind of, yeah. So to optimize for that, you need to use precise terms, no vague language, and you need to explicitly link related entities together in your content.
Give me an example.
Sure. If you're writing about, say, Apple, you explicitly mention and maybe link to Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, the iPhone 15 macOS Sonoma. You connect the dots clearly.
I see.
Every time you make those precise connections, you're essentially reinforcing your content's place within that knowledge graph. You're showing the AI, hey, we understand this topic and how it fits into the world. That builds trust for the AI.
It makes your content look authoritative within that known map. Okay. What's strategy 3?
Strategy 3 flips old SEO on its head. Depth versus keyword density.
The old keyword stuffing days.
Gone. With GEO, depth, providing real nuance and clarity are far more important than just repeating a keyword over and over.
You mentioned earlier that LLMs can recognize low-quality content. How do they penalize keyword stuffing differently than, say, older algorithms? Is it just about density?
That's a great point. It's more sophisticated now. Older algorithms might just see, okay, keyword used 20 times, maybe that's too much. But LLMs, they're trained on vast amounts of human language.
Yeah.
They recognize unnatural repetition.
You can tell it sounds fake.
Exactly. They spot linguistic redundancy, stuff that feels forced just to hit a keyword count. They don't just downrank it. They often flag it as low-quality noise, something lacking originality.
So trying to game it with repetition actually backfires more now.
Significantly. Covering a topic thoroughly from multiple angles, using varied but related language that signals real depth and value to the AI. That increases your citation probability way more than just hammering one keyword.
Okay, depth over density. What's the last strategy?
Strategy 4.
Strategy 4, multi-format responses. AI results aren't just text anymore.
Right, you see images, sometimes videos in those SGE boxes.
Precisely. So to maximize your chances of being cited, you need to think beyond text. Include clear infographics, data visualizations, maybe even short video summaries embedded in your page.
And the key is making sure the AI can understand those visuals. Absolutely. That means meticulous alt text for images, detailed captions. If you have a great infographic explaining, say, the steps of GEO, the AI needs to be able to read that alt text to understand the data. It might even cite your infographic as a visual summary.
So optimizing the descriptions around the visuals is critical for AI parsing.
Critical. Now, all this change, it's exciting, but it definitely comes with some pretty significant risks and challenges.
Yeah, I was wondering about the downsides. What are the big hurdles for creators here?
Well, challenge number one is probably the most talked about, the zero-click problem. Over-reliance on summaries.
Meaning the AI gives the answer and the user never actually clicks through to your site.
Exactly. The AI provides the perfect summary, maybe pulls directly from your content, satisfies the user completely, and you get the visibility in the summary, maybe, but not the traffic, not the conversion.
But wait a minute. If I go to all this trouble making my content super structured, perfectly citable, and then Google or Bing just scrapes the answer and keeps the user, haven't I just, done their work for them, trained their model for free?
That is the fundamental tension in GEO right now. It's a huge economic question.
Seems it's a big risk.
It is. The potential immediate traffic drop is real. But the counterargument, the long-term view, is that consistently being that cited source builds deep foundational authority within the AI's knowledge graph.
So it's like building long-term trust with the AI.
Sort of, yeah. Over time, that established authority could lead the AI to recommend your brand or products for deeper, more valuable queries later on. It's a long game. But yes, the immediate zero-click issue is a major challenge.
Okay, what else?
Challenge two, accuracy and bias. These AI systems aren't perfect. They can hallucinate, basically make stuff up.
Right, we've all seen examples of that.
Or they might use biased training data, or just misinterpret or misrepresent your content. So marketers now need a whole new process just for monitoring how AI is mentioning their brand, making sure it's accurate.
Like brand monitoring, but for AI summaries.
Pretty much. And then there's challenge three, content ownership.
Yeah, the intellectual property side.
Yeah. If the AI summarizes your unique research or viewpoint, does it dilute your brand? If the citation is tiny, or if it just synthesizes your points without clear attribution, where's the ROI for creating that original content? It raises big questions.
Okay, so with these new challenges and this shift away from simple rankings, how do we even track if GEO is working? The old tools seem insufficient.
They really are. We need entirely new metrics. Relying on just page one rankings or organic clicks doesn't tell the whole story anymore.
So what are these new KPIs?
Well, we need to look at things like citation share. Basically, how often does the AI cite your brand or domain compared to your competitors for relevant queries?
Okay, like market share, but for AI citations.
Exactly. Then there's an AI visibility score. This tries to measure how often your content actually appears within those AI-generated summaries. Are you part of the answer?
That sounds useful, but are there tools that actually measure this stuff accurately right now? Or is it still kind of manual?
That's a really practical question. We're definitely in a transition phase.
Figuring it out as we go?
A bit, yeah. Right now, robust tracking often involves a mix. Some manual checks, maybe using specialized web scraping tools. And you're seeing the big SEO platforms rapidly adding features to track mentions in SGE and similar AI results.
So the tools are catching up.
They're trying. The shift was so fast. But the key, ultimately, is tying it back to results. We need that engagement impact metric. Does getting cited, does having that AI visibility actually lead to valuable traffic, leads, revenue down the line? That's the real measure of success.
Connecting the dots back to the business goals makes sense.
And looking ahead, GEO isn't just some fad. It's really the underlying structure of where search is going.
What trends do you see coming?
Definitely hyper-personalization, AI tailoring answers, not just to the query, but to your specific user history, your preferences, your context.
Answers just for me.
Pretty much. And of course, voice-first search continues to grow. GEO principles are going to merge completely with how voice assistants like Siri and Alexa pull information. If your content isn't structured for GEO, you literally won't be heard.
Wow. That's big.
And maybe the most disruptive, AI-driven commerce.
How so?
Imagine getting shopping recommendations almost entirely from AI summaries that pull from product reviews, comparisons, maybe even analyzing images and videos, bypassing traditional ads and category pages.
So the AI becomes the ultimate shopping advisor.
Potentially. The content that gets cited in those summaries. That could directly drive what people buy, which means for careers, content marketers need to become AI strategists. They need skills in prompt engineering, understanding data, designing this structured content. It's a big evolution.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up. The core idea, then, is that GEO is this next evolution. Success comes from being incredibly trustworthy, meticulously structured, and writing conversationally so the AI can easily extract answers. We can't just write articles like we used to.
That's the heart of it. Treat your content less like a document and more like foundational knowledge for the AI. And our final takeaway for you listening is this. If you adapt early, if you start structuring your content for RE, focusing on EET, you'll build a really durable advantage. The goal is to make your content part of the answer itself, not just another blue link that might get lost beneath the AI summary.
Be the source, not just a link. Got it. And here's something to chew on after we finish. We talked about AI potentially recommending products based on summaries. If AI can analyze images and videos too, think about how optimizing your image alt text, really describing what's in the picture for the AI, could influence which specific brands or products get recommended. That intersection of visual optimization, AI parsing, and actual consumer choice. There's a lot to explore there.
Definitely food for thought.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.